Yeah, the holder for the so let me, let me catch up real quick. Go ask.
Corey, where's the stand for the phone?
Oh, okay. Okay, bye. My apologies. I thought I put 6:30, and I did not. I put 6, and I was actually out looking around for a place to set up tonight because it's so beautiful out this evening. So I've got a place. I just haven't made it there yet. How's your week? Woo! What a week. Almost there. Almost there. Ah. Hello, everyone. I thought we'd be out here in the equipment yard. We haven't done one from out here yet. If you don't mind. I guess even if you do mind. Oh. All right, so we got Lucy. We've got Aunt Fanny. We've got Hank in the corner, and I don't know if you can see right in the corner there. That's the baby mama and her little chicks. They are out exploring this evening. Oh. All right. Let's see what I've missed. If you said anything in the chat, I apologize. I don't have my other phone, so you'll have to say it again. It's just been one of those weeks. I know we probably say that a lot, but holy cow, we've been busy. Last weekend we did the 2-pig harvest, and that went well. I actually harvested next to last pig over the past 2 days. So Friday we dispatched the last pig, and then yesterday we butchered the next to last pig, not the last pig. So we have one piggy left, and that piggy needs to get dispatched as well here shortly. I'll probably wait a week or so. We ended up putting it into the cabin with the AC running, and that worked pretty well, but once it hit about 90 degrees outside, it got up to about 80 degrees in the cabin, and the meat got warm quick, so that was not ideal, but we'll figure it out. I really want to get feeder pigs, so I need to get this other pig taken care of. If you saw the thumbnail, which I hope you did, we got invaded by Colorado potato beetles. They are replacing my leaves with more beetles. So last night we spent an hour and a half in the garden hand picking every larvae and adult and everything we could off of the plants by hand, and then we used a hot soapy water solution which is supposed to kill them without damaging the potato plants, and then we used diatomaceous earth everywhere. So actually one of the reasons we're doing this early is because it's been very hot out lately, especially in the front fields, and we need to get out there and pick more off this evening. We got a vast majority of them off, but there's still more. So actually, the other night I had planned on filming a garden tour for you guys. I wanted to show you all the gardens and what we had going on. And we went out there to start filming and found those potato beetles. So we spent, all of us, all the kids and everybody went out, and we did some work getting them out. So lots of buckets of water, just picking them off by hand and chucking them in the water. We squished them. Your hands got this weird brown orange. It was gross. But it took care of it for the most part. We did a little research, and it turns out that your potato plant can survive up to, I think it was 30% defoliation without it affecting the yield of your crop. So there was a couple of them that looked like they got chomped up real good. but for the most part, I think we caught it early. So the problem is now we have another thing added to our list of things to do on a daily basis. We got to go out there and pick potato bugs off. Otherwise, our favorite staple crop is not going to give us anything to eat. We love potatoes. It's one of our favorite things. So we eat them with just about every meal. One of the most versatile things you can have. So anyways, if you guys are chatting, I'm not seeing it. Somebody send a chat so I can see it. I just want to make sure it's working. Please, thank you. So this week we had work. We had our anniversary last week. That was great. We figured out the scalding with the pig. I wonder. I'm assuming you guys are saying things, but it's not showing up at all. So I might have to go get another phone so I can view y'all's chats. And of course, I'm so far away from the house I can't holler at anybody. Give me 30 seconds. Was that 30 seconds? Whew, that's not gonna work. The other phone is dead. And we're too far away from the house for internet. So, that phone's charging. If you have any questions, please hold until the end so I can respond. I'm just not sure why this isn't working. Top chats, let's see. Live chats. Hello, chat. Where'd you go? Nope. Oh well, whatever, we'll soldier on. I apologize for not being able to answer questions at the moment. We will get to that as soon as she gets it to me. I tell you, I'm I'm having a great time with the pigs and with the butchering and harvesting, but it is a whole lot of work. The last pig that we finished butcher weight, we actually weighed all of each individual piece that we took off. So every cut, the ground bags, we didn't just go, well, this is a pound. We weighed out everything, and we deboned the hams. And when you take the ham legs and such out, we had 183 pounds of processed pig. And that included some soup bone type things, like we kept the scapula, and I think we weighed those. But we took out a majority of the bones that we would use for soup bones and for like split pea soup and things like that. But we kept, so we just didn't weigh them. We're going to use them, but we didn't weigh them. Retail cuts, I think you would say, was about 183 pounds. So big pig. I think our last one is probably going to be 30 or 40 pounds. Oh, thank you, whoever that was that sent something. I wonder if I do this. Let me try and reset. I'm trying to reset it, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what it's doing. It's not showing up any of your chats. But the phone is coming, so I will read and respond here shortly, because we have an important thing coming up that I wanted to be able to see your comments on. But thank you for the $5 super chat. That means a great deal to us. Um, my hands, like, there was so much cutting and stuff that I was having like nerve pain and stuff in my hands from the overuse. And my poor wife's right arm from the meat grinder and the constant stuffing of the meat down, stuffing of the meat down, stuffing of the meat, and the cutting and stuffing and all that. Her right arm is shot. Nobody's hurt. It's just so much work and the same type of repetitious motion that it's like tennis elbow basically. So while I want to get the last pig taken care of so we can get feeder pigs, we need a break. It's kind of crazy right now with spring. There's so many things to do. I'm actually having a hard time filming content to keep up because I don't have time to actually sit out with the camera and kind of work our way through it. I created a parking lot out here in the woods so I could actually store my equipment where I could use it that wasn't right in the road. We've got the barn halfway cleaned out. I need to push over some trees over there so that I can have a grassy area, because I would like to scrape the pigs over grass as opposed to over just the gravel. And we started to move the egg birds. We started to clear out a path in the woods so that we could move them over, and then we ended up having to get feed, and it's just kind of snowballing. So it's a bit overwhelming, to be perfectly honest. Because I don't think our lives have ever been quite so dictated by the weather as they are now. If the temperature's too hot, you can't butcher a pig. If it's too wet, you can't plant, you can't weed. If it's too dry, you need to water your plants. Like there's just so many things. You hear the frogs coming out? We've had lightning bugs out the past couple nights. They just started. But on the other hand, I'm sitting here, and just off to my left, about 25 feet, is a mama with her 6 little chicklets running around, having a great time. Our birds on the inside, the incubator, so if you remember, almost a month ago, we hatched out 6, 7 little birds in that little baby countertop incubator, and we had them 2 days, and our cat managed to get inside the wire, which they've never done. We've done this, half a dozen times, never had any issue. And this cat got in there, our cat, and ate all of one bird and killed the rest. So we put more eggs back in there. Well, they just started hatching last night, so we've got 5 currently, with another one, at least one more breaking through. So that's super cool. Everything is really, really green. The pool is warm. The kids are happy. It's a wonderful time. It's just, holy cow, we're busy. I hear the phone coming, so I will be able to see your chats. This is important because we have something that is going to be up here. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you.
9%.
9?
Yeah.
We'll see how long that lasts. My chats aren't showing up at all.
That's
So
weird.
I know, and I can't talk to the peeps if I don't have my chat going.
Okay.
All right, let's see if we can get caught up. Oh, hey, you know what you could do? Could you get a charger and run the extension cord over here? I need a plug-in charger. Hey, I can see everybody. Yeah, we'll need a plug-in charger, and then we'll run an extension cord. All right, let's go back. Hello from Texas. Hello, Terry. Seshma representing Florida. Pat Dunbar, she's in no contact. Hey, Susie. Hello from Texas. I am sorry, guys, that I was late. Karen's here. Yay. Sean said he went to look at properties. They were all a complete bust, but I chose to take a peek at the last mystery one before leaving, and it's nice, but we're still seeking the Lord on it. Copy that. You're headed back to Florida. Safe travels, my friend. Property is 0.8 acres for $6,500 in cash. It needs developing, but given that I intend to do a hippy-dippy scavenger, the only big cost will be a driveway. The property is off the curb. That's outstanding. Flomaton Famous, hello. Neener, you can't see me, says integrity and intention with faith. Hey, I think there's a charger in there too. Is it plugged into the wall, or is there? Oh, there's one in the cabin.
Oh.
Look on this wall of the cabin. You can leave that extension cord. Why don't you pull it over? Is there a charger? I need a charger.
I'll look at some
not, there's one right next to my bed.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Woo! What an evening. All right, hello, hi. What a mess. It's a good thing I'm not a professional because this would be terrible. Bulbert says teacher's gone. Integrity Intent says I planted my very first potatoes in containers this year. Just went outside to check on them and there's purple foliage popping up. All blue and purple taters. Wonderful. Hey, Karen, $5. Thank you. It was Karen that did it. Thank you so much, Karen. Hey, Belt Loop. It's good to see you, Lou. How you doing, man? There we go. Everything's working. Next, ask them to stand holding an antenna in the north, see if they'll do it. I'm back. Hello, Pat. How are you? Did you find one? No? Oh, my gosh. Oh. Why, thank you very much. I'm sure you look well as well. Okay, so now that we have the chat up and running, finally, I suppose I should hit the play button on this so I get another view for myself. We have a offering for you this evening, for your consideration, I think it's called. My child, who is currently running around like a mad girl, bringing me chargers and such, my middle child, she's the worker bee of the three kids. She really enjoys work. She's the one you see driving the tractor. When she was 7, she started a small business called Kirsten's House Helpers. And she's looked at Etsy. She's very creative. And she is trying to figure out a way to produce and make money. So, thank you. I know, right? So much work. Now I just need a nice tea, and we'll be all set. Come on.
Daddy.
Thank you, love you, bye.
Bye.
Preferably an herbal, so it doesn't have the caffeine in it. Thank you. You're so sweet.
What tea?
Herbal. Not green or black, just herbal. All right, we are plugged in and charging, I think. All right, so 2 Splendas, that's right. I think it's charging. I'm really sorry, guys. It's just been one of those weeks. All right. Yeah, $6,500 isn't a lot of money, but it is a lot of money to pay all at once. So, Beltloop says when she gets back, send her for something else. This could be fun. She's my worker bee. She's my gearhead. She knows how to work all the machinery. She knows how to start the tractors. She's all about it. Anyways, so what I'm offering this evening, she has made by hand. She's been knitting and crocheting for a while, but she's made a scarf. Now, she's a preteen and is doing her best, so it has some imperfections, but she knitted this thing, and it's 58 inches long. She's learning how to do the little ribbing and stuff in it, and it is approximately between 8 and 6 inches in width, and she would like to sell this. So what we are asking is if this is something you are interested in. I basically told her we could offer it for bid with a buy it now price of like 20 bucks, and I think it's $3 shipping for something of this size. So $3 shipping plus whatever up to 20 bucks if you guys are interested. She spent about a day and a half making it solid. So she is trying. We're going to take her to the farmers markets and stuff like that to peddle her wares as she creates more. She's working. She's already bought more yarn and she's trying to make more. So if that's something that you are interested in, we have PayPal on our About page, because if you send it through YouTube, they take like 40% or 30% or something. but let me know if it is, so we don't just send money. We only have the one currently, but if she sells it, she would like to make more. So let me know who would like it. Yeah, Bethany says, as someone who crochets, she appreciates the work that goes into that. She is doing her best. So like I said, whoever comes up with 20 bucks first gets it, but we'll take bids up to that if you're interested. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay too. Sometimes stuff sells, sometimes it doesn't. We like I said, there's farmers markets and stuff coming up that we're interested in participating in as we have more produce to sell. So Karen says, won't have much use for that here in South Florida, where it feels like the temps were in the triple digits today. Holy cow. Yeah, it registered 103 in my car the other day. I'm gonna leave again. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. What?
I made that tea for nothing.
No. You made it. I'll eat it.
It's lemon ginger with honey.
Whoa, with honey.
Mm.
All right, now if you could bring me a sandwich. Sandwich would be great. Thanks so much. That's a joke. I'm just kidding. Somebody said I should do it though. I was just tease you. Oh man, getting in my steps. Okay. So yes, that is up for. There we go. Now we're charging. Sorry, I had to actually plug in the extension cord that was plugged into the charger that was plugged into the phone. Oh, it has been one of those weeks. Hey, Perma Pastures, what's up, Billy? Or is it Will? Which one is it this evening? It's good to see you either way. Actually, Perma, I'm glad you're here. At some point, I would love to do one of these with you on your channel, since you were so kind and gracious to come to ours. What is it, the StreamYard or something? I think you guys use. That would be wonderful. Hey, Billy, I really was thinking of you today about maybe trying to get with you about doing a live stream on your channel. Thank you so much for that Weston grinder recommendation. We've done our 4th pig. For those of you that don't know, Billy over at Permapastures has a wonderful pig butchering video. Among his 3,000 hats that he's worn, he also worked in a butcher shop, and he broke down breaking down a pig very simply and with great dignity given to the animal. And I followed it. It was one of the videos that gave me confidence to try it myself. And when I asked him what type of meat grinder I should get, he responded, and we bought the one that he recommended, and I'm so glad we did. It's the 1.5 horsepower Weston stainless steel. I think it's the 35 model. It comes with everything you need to not only grind the pig, but to do sausage and stuff casings, and that thing is a beast. Belt loop, yes you can. Yes, belt loop, I would be happy to. We have a, I don't mind taking a check either. If you bounce it, you bounce it. No. I will ask her if she has any black yarn, but if not, if she knows she has an order, I think she would be very excited. So I will ask her to do that. Our P.O. Box is P.O. Box 1057, Urbana, Virginia, 23175. But if you want to email me at theflannelguys with an S 54 at gmail.com with addresses and such, we'll have it made and shipped to you. And we can touch base that way. The email address is on our About page on the YouTube channel. So if you go to the YouTube channel in the About page, and I will have her start working on that. She will be thrilled. She's really a producer by nature. She really wants to create things. She actually said that she wanted to help sell scarves because the economy is going crazy, and inflation and things. So we had to tell her that we appreciated that, But what was mattered more to us was her attitude and her willingness to help out around this place. Just to share with you a little bit about her character. Yesterday when we started butchering the pig, we started at about noon, and I think we had the first cuts in the house. So we use 2 large totes, and we have 1 tote for sausage and 1 tote for cuts. So as we're going, and we have cooler, they're totes, but we keep ice packs in the coolers to keep them cool. And as it gets close to full, we ship it inside so they can start processing it down. And that kid sat at the vacuum sealer for probably 2.5 to 3 hours, no expectation of payment, and just vacuum sealed for us for, like I said, hours. And she hates leaving a job unfinished. She's extremely competitive by nature, almost to a fault, but she's the one I can say, go grab the tractor, and she'll get the tractor. I actually have a short I haven't uploaded yet of her learning how to use the scoop on the front of Hank, the bucket, and she is learning how to scoop with the bucket. So she was bringing me mulch. We were deep mulching in the garden, and she's running the tractor, and she's just a good worker, has a good attitude. So I know it'll mean a lot to her to have a sale, and it's good to encourage them. And we paid her so much per pound for vacuum sealing, so I think we paid her 25 cents a pound to vacuum seal. And yeah, it's good. It's one thing when your parents pay you, but as you get older, it's something else to have, you know, a customer, as it were, that is not a family member. So thank you, Belt Loop. I appreciate that. Sean says, traveling up to Tennessee, I've seen more Dollar Generals than I can stomach. I love capitalism, but a man can only handle so many Dollar Generals. Yeah, and the thing with Dollar Generals is they're everything breaks, man. Everything is so chintzy in there, and I get it. I've shopped in them before. We used to take the kids and like give them $5 and let them run around. I can't remember if it's Dollar General or Dollar Tree. One of them when everything is still $1. But yeah, on some summer day, you give the kid $5, let them go into a Dollar General, and it was like they won the lottery. It was fun. So is Joe here? Joe, hello, sir. Sorry, Joe says hello, Brian. Hoping the Flannel family is having an IRIE Sunday. What is an IRIE? Is that restful? Maybe, probably. Oh man, Integrity Intent says here in Southern Illinois, Dollar General's outnumber Walmart's like 5 to 1. That's crazy. But I'm thankful. Hey Betty, I'm thankful for stores like Dollar General, to be perfectly honest, and I'm thankful for stores like Walmart. It provides food and things to people. Now we can talk about the value of the food and whether it's good or not and all the aggro big things, but people aren't starving to death because of stores like that, so that's good. Oh, this is a lemon ginger with honey. Such a good kid. So coming up here soon, I'm hoping tomorrow in the evening when it's nice, we're going to film our garden tour. If you sent us seeds, we have Bill Boulevard, Donna Drive, Nancy's Nook, and Colleen's Corner. I think that was everybody that sent us seeds and packets. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We had 425 people join us in the past month. If you're from my brother, David the Good, this is not a gardening channel. We have a garden, but he's the gardening expert. What we do here is, we bought this place less than a year ago, and we're trying to make our own food. We're trying to store our own food. We're trying to learn the old ways. We're trying to learn preservation. We're trying to learn animal husbandry. We're trying to learn all kinds of things. So I have a bit of a builder's background. My day job is a firefighter paramedic. We have a small stump grinding business, 3 kids, homeschool. My wife stays home, very active in our church. And we have the property and the channel. And so I was talking to Scott Head, and in the interview that I did with him, he said that find your niche and do that. You know, don't be all over the place. Well, that's my life. Our our lives are all over the place. So you're going to get everything because that's what we're doing. We're doing a little bit of everything. It might make it harder for the algorithms and such, and for people to discover us and whatever. But I'm not going to do something strictly for the channel or to try and get people or some kind of funky hook. There has to be something catchy or people don't want to watch. It needs to be interesting. So I have tried to make things interesting that we're doing. But everything, there's not a single thing on this property or that this channel has that has been videoed and filmed that we weren't doing anyways. There has been no specially created content just to see if people would like it on YouTube. So sometimes that means our videos do really well. Our potato planting video did great. We got like 1,900 views. And then, I mean, we butchered a pig and it got like 100 views. It's just the way it goes. So hopefully there's something here for everybody. And I hope it entertains you somewhat, but mostly I hope you're encouraged to give things a try and to realize that it still can be done without necessarily spending a huge, ridiculous fortune. Although we've spent a lot of money. We've spent a lot of money. We are about 3 months away from our 1-year anniversary of being on the property, and my wife has a spreadsheet going. So we are actually going to have an entire video on how much food we've produced in the year, how much it cost us, relatively speaking, to do that. Some of the things are not able to be compared. So everything that we're doing could be done on like 2 acres. Well, we bought 15. So does that mean it costs, you know, the 280,000 or whatever it was that we paid for this property to do what we're doing? No, it doesn't. So some of the things are arbitrary. It could probably be done on less than 2 acres. The hard part is the pigs and the cow. They need some space. But you could micro farm. You know, there was that guy in Australia that somebody sent me a link to who's banging out like 30,000 meals on a quarter or a half an acre. So there's very intense things that can be done. So do you need a tractor if you're doing it on a half an acre? No, you probably don't. Do you need 2 tractors? No, you probably don't. If the land is already cleared, you know, so there's a whole list of things that won't necessarily matter. So we're breaking it down into categories. So the pigs, for example, even in the woods, if you have an axe, you can clear a lane for the wire, so you don't need a tractor. So how much did the wire cost? How much did the brain cost? How much was the feed? How much were the pigs? How much did we pay for processing equipment? Okay, our first batch of pigs cost this much to set up, this much to raise, this much to process. So we're hoping to get, hey Rip, how are you? Welcome. We are trying to make it as specific as possible and not just be like, hey, it cost us $1,000 to do pigs. Well, which part? I mean, the meat grinder was $800 that we bought. I'm glad we bought it. And like I said, Billy from Permapastures was the guy that recommended it, and it was totally worth it. It hasn't, you know, it's functioning well, and we've put 600 pounds, well, I guess not all of it, half that, 300 pounds probably through it, 300 pounds in ground torque. So, and it's kicking no problems, cleans real easy. So it's worth the investment on some of those things, but it doesn't have to be done that way. So anyhow, that's coming up. Garden tour's coming up. We're going to film that tomorrow. I hope to have a stump grinding video out tomorrow. We upgraded it to those 700 series teeth. I got that filmed. It's edited. It's uploading. So hopefully that comes out. I apologize for the content kind of falling off. Like I said, we are just running around. There's so many things to do. And as I'm sure you guys know who do this type of thing on any type of scale, while you are, I mean, we're harvesting pigs now. We have 47 chickens in the front field that are going to be ready in another month. I have 4 turkeys left. They're going to be ready in 2 months. I need to get the pigs, the feeder pigs, once we get the other pig harvested, because that's going to be 6 months from now. And if you don't get them now, you're going to start getting into the wrong weather for harvesting. Oh yeah, and all the gardens have to be weeded, and we have to pick beetles off of all of our potatoes. And we're still trying to organize things and clear property and clear lanes, and chickens are literally hatching as we speak. We have 2 mama hens that are broody, that we have 12 eggs under total, and they're in chicken tractors off by themselves. I need, once the last pig is harvested, I need to push the grids through. So we have a front area that has a bunch of smaller woods, and what I'm hoping to do with Hank, the bigger tractor, is to push grids and make squares and then put wires on all those squares so that I can rotate the pigs through those and reduce our feed bill even more. The past pigs, what I did was I made the first area, put them in it, then I ended up making a second area next to it. We moved them over there, and that was all we ended up ever moving them. It was winter, so stuff wasn't growing very well. So I want to have those things set up before the pigs get here, but I need to get that done before the pigs. But the pigs need to get here in a certain amount of time, because then it's going to be the wrong temperature for harvesting them, or there won't be any pigs to be had because nobody's hatching piglets. So all that to say, I still have a day job and things, so it's just been tricky trying to keep up with the content. But great news, we passed 2,800 subscribers today. So we are growing. That was 428, I think, in the past 28 days we've added. So we're growing, man. It is starting to pick up speed. I really hope by the end of June that we pass 3,000. That seems like a very big milestone. So things are doing well. We're getting there. We're growing as we grow. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. I really appreciate hanging out with you guys and talking, getting your feedback. I have learned so much from the comments on the videos. I'll put a video out, and then I'm reading the comments and the things that people suggest. And obviously the videos we put out aren't fully comprehensive, whatever. So sometimes there's things we've thought about that somebody mentions. And it's cool that even though we didn't put it in the video, somebody else is thinking along those lines. So Brant says, I'm in Northeast GA, never had potato bugs before and have had a real problem with them this season. BT worked well on them. What is BT? Rip says, I've had potato bugs for the first time ever down in the deep South Mississippi. They destroyed half my crop. Man, they are trash. Sean says, I bought a pull-behind plow at a yard sale for 20 in Tennessee. It's antique, needs new wood and some minor repairs, but 20 bucks for a plow, that's fantastic. Our wheel hoe with the little like 4 prong hook that you wheel, one of the handles had cracked, so I took the other handle and traced it out on a 1x2, and then real quick with a jigsaw and belt sander. And then, so the part, it was the little pistol grips, and the one pistol grip had broken, so I copied the other pistol grip, but I made the wood piece about 2 feet long, and then it was just a handle, and I glued it to the old handle coming out, and then put screws countersunk. And so now it's sticking out a little bit, but it works, and it was free to fix, so. Hey, Bill, how are you? Fallacious Genius or something like that. BT. Huh. I will look into that. Sean says all I got was 28 tubs. It was difficult getting all those bathtubs into our 0.14 acres, but we made it work. Well, you stack them deep and you sell them cheap. And today only, if you come on down, we got bathtubs on sale. We got blue bathtubs, big bathtubs, clawfoot bathtubs, antique bathtubs, platinum bathtubs, fiberglass bathtubs, all the bathtubs you've ever seen. We finance here. You bring in your old bathtub trade in, we'll get you bathtubs right now. You come in today, bad credit, no credit, don't matter. Bathtubs all day. Anyways. Sorry. I should ask my brother. It's like there's a gardening expert in my family, and I should have asked him something, but I didn't, so. What we did was, yes, allow. We did that soap and water and diatomaceous earth, and we bombed the place with DE, and then we picked most of them off by hand. We had Japanese beetles like crazy last year, but we had nothing on our potatoes. But that wasn't at this property. That was 55 miles away in the city we used to could live at. Yeah, I'll look into it. Apparently, from what I read, they dig into the soil and then they pop out. The parents pop out and leave larvae, and it's a 3 to 5 week life cycle. But they can live underground for like 3 years, and they can be very pesticide resistant. Although we're trying not to use um, pesticides. Yeah, there you go. There's your bathtubs. Chris White put a whole bunch of bathtubs. That's all one kind of bathtub, but that's okay. Maybe you need 4 or 5 of them. Um, so we're trying to, if we have to go out there every night and pick by hand to keep them from destroying the whole crop, that's what we're gonna do before spraying. I'm not at a point where I feel like I need to spray. We'll see. Yes. Integrity and Intention says, isn't that what your barn chickens are for? They are, but the problem is they will eat my plants at the same time, the little jerks. So what we're gonna do, Sean says 1 year with Japanese beetles, I'll go outside at dusk with gloves and a bowl of water and with a lid and drown beetles one at a time. What we did was we took soap, a little drop of soap to reduce the surface tension of the water, and just buckets, and we would just chuck them into the bucket. I ended up just squishing them because it seemed faster than trying to just pick them off and drop them in a bucket. You could just grab a leaf and it was kind of gross and my hands turned orange, but it was faster. So considering the fact that we have, I don't know, like 120 potato plants, much better. Integrity says, release the pest control marshmallows. Woo! I tell you, those little ones being raised by their mom. So we've never done it with the mom before. We've always done, incubators and such. They're fast, man. Them little turbo marshmallows are wicked fast. We open up that door there and you scare them a little bit and pew, man, they off like a shot, just going out there real quick, like no predator, man. A fox, nothing. It's just they're up in the trees, they're hiding. Okay, I wasn't in the tree, but so we have a raised. Well, you saw the brooder thing that we moved them into. It's got the bottom run area, and we let them down into the run area, and then we open the run so they just come out, and she takes them around the barn and then puts them back. But 3 of them were stuck inside. They just, they run. So if the wall was here of wire, the mom and 3 are on the outside, and there's 3 on the inside that just cannot figure out where this opening is, right? So I got a stick and was trying to like shoo them, and those things were like popcorn on a hot skillet, man. They were all over the place, and the mom was freaking out and like buffing up at me. And finally, I shooed them out the door. But I mean, the way she uses cover, they were over by the pole barn, and there was just a little rise, and she was right underneath that rise with her little head like a little radar dish, and it's just so cool because they look like they should die. I mean, they look like they should just fall over and just be dead. They're so cute, and that's normally, I mean, the chickens, when you get them from like a hatchery and stuff that get shipped to you, they're so fragile, and I think these are about 2 weeks old, and they are just not feathered out or anything, but they are just, it's so fun. We just come out and watch them. So I'm hoping that they will do well as they expand. But what we're going to do in the garden area is this fall, once we have harvested all we're going to harvest out of those gardens, we're going to run the chickens through there in earnest and let them eat all of every bug they can find, poop all over the place, whatever they can get a hold of. So Sean says, if you go outside dressed like a metrosexual, the potato bugs will leave because they think you're going to try and eat them with your tofu stir fry and oat milk. Can you picture me as the metrosexual? I would have to trim the eyebrows a bit, and this is just what is this? Edna mode. Integrity says, you make me need baby chicks. So that's the thing that I love. Man bun, how dare you, Sean? I could go wicked. We do the front unicorn. We don't do the man bun. It's the front ponytail or the frony tail. I need a haircut. I probably need all of them cut. That's neither here nor there. Dispatching the pigs has been sad. It's been rewarding, but it has been sad. I've enjoyed having the pigs on the property. They're like having dogs. They're smart. They fuss at you. They play. You know, flap their ears. It's been a really great experience. And I'm really looking forward to getting more. But it's been very cathartic to have the baby chicks being born and to hold something cute. So, um, the hair flip should be accentuated. Just saying. Do not do the bun. Just flip. Or we can do the full like 1990s emo thing. Like I have too many emotions to look at the world, so we'll just hide behind our hair. You don't even understand. I was raised in a middle class family and had everything provided, and it's really hard in the world right now. How am I even supposed to be famous? Anyways, I'll be 40 this year. It's not bad. That's why it's all here still. Like it's all poofed out and long and stuff, because there's a lot of 40-year-olds that don't have hair. I tease most of them at work. So, but yes, the chickens are going to go through the garden and scrape it all up and dig through it. And we're going to do crop rotation, which is supposed to help. So now that we know that we have potato bugs in that soil, we'll probably plant something else there next year, which is what we were planning on doing anyways. And hopefully through rotation, chickens and other things. Oh, deep mulch apparently helps really well. So that's the other thing we're going to do is we have some straw. So we're going to spread some straw around, and that's supposed to help, I guess, inhibit them from getting up the soil and into your plants. So, yeah, Bell Loop says enjoy it while you have it. That's right. Keanu, what? Bill says, okay, Keanu, stop. We're going to deep mulch tonight as well. I have a bunch of those wood chips still from that tree company that came through. So we're going to deep mulch this evening. So we're going to, after I get done chatting with y'all, I'm going to eat dinner because I'm hungry. And then we're going to go pick all the weeds, pick all the bugs, and then deep mulch. So evening is really the best time out here to do it, especially in the front field. It gets so hot out there. So, so far, Karen says, don't deep mulch if you have a slug problem. I haven't seen any slugs. All I've seen is the beetles. So that's what we're trying to eliminate. Yeah. Oh, also, interestingly enough, the Ruth Bader Ginsburg method of potato planting, the Ruth Stout method, she's very smart, and a long time ago she came up with the right way to plant potatoes. They're actually doing better, believe it or not. Right next to where we've had this issue, they have found the plants, but there was like 1 or 2 larvae on the plants. They're hardly eating it all. And of course, they were planted in that straw, which is like deep mulch. So we're thinking that potentially that kept the pests down as well, which she might have mentioned in all of her books. I really did some brief research. I did not get very deep into her methodology, but they seem to be doing better than the stuff we direct sowed. So, Sean says, why are we here anyways? That's some deep mulch. Yeah, lasagna bed. Actually, we tried to do a lasagna bed. Belt Loop says we have 5 types of bed or gardens. Raised beds, which we have. No-till beds, which I'm working on. Tilled beds, which we have. And container gardens, which we sort of had. The Ruth Stout, which we have. And we haven't done back to Eden. But we did try a lasagna. Oh, Karen's got to run. Have a good evening. Thank you, Karen. Bober says I live in the desert, so I've never seen slugs. We started to do lasagna bed with all our moving boxes, and then it ended up getting rained on, and then I didn't have enough organic material, and I ran out of time. So we just did not get it done, but that's okay. We have crammed an awful lot into this year, and I just have to accept that some things just aren't going to happen on the timeline I would like them to. We're just 2 people with 3 kids trying to make it work. If you hear random slapping in the backyard, we made a tetherball. We watched Napoleon Dynamite with the kids the other day for the first time, and they were so enthralled, and they'd never seen tetherball before, so we built a tetherball. So anyhow, I actually do have to go work on the garden this evening and maybe get some filming in. So, yeah, your lasagna was undercooked, Sean says. Disgrace of a European. Belt Loop says your brother would have gotten it done with all his kids. Just saying. Yeah, well, yeah. You hand each kid like a toothbrush, and they can clean like the floor of a stadium or something. Before you leave, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to shoot them to us now if you have them. If not, then you can leave a comment as always. Um, we should be back on our Sunday rotation for live streams. Mondays are trash. I don't like doing them on it, but the way the work schedule was for a while, it was just the way we could get it done. So, um, Belt Loop, don't forget to send me an email at theflannelguys54@gmail.com. Like I said, it's on our About page. And give me address and details, and I will talk to her, and I will contact you back with her estimated time of completion. She might have to go get some yarn, some black yarn. I'm assuming you don't want like glittery black or sparkles or anything like that, so the other fellows in the force don't make fun of you. Do one strand. Sean says, this is a good one. What questions do you think a first-time land buyer should ask the realtors? You need to find out if there's any restrictions on the land. So I would find first of all, the county or city zoning is a great place to look. They will tell you what zoning is for that land, and then they should have a list of all the things that are allowed without permits and then that are allowed with permits. That's very important because there are some rural areas that do not allow things like animals or livestock or goofy things like that. So that when we were looking at this place, we got on it's Middlesex County, Virginia, and we got on their website and we found out that we are zoned low density rural. Well, what does that mean to Middlesex County? And to them, it means low density rural. You can do just about anything you want except build like a condominium. But I can build, if it's immediate family, I don't have to ask for rezoning permission. I can just build a house for my family. So as the kids get older, if they each want to break off, and build a house on the property, they can do that. You still have to have your building permits and such for the houses and, all the certificate of occupancy and trash like that. But you're allowed to build it. Some places don't allow you to do that. You can open just about any kind of business here as long as it doesn't deal with waste products. So, but if you wanted to open a junkyard, for example, all you have to do is tell the city or the county that you want to open a junkyard, and they give you a piece of paper saying, okay, it's a junkyard. So there's some cool things like that. Tammy might want a glittery one. Out here, if you have like 1 acre, you can shoot a handgun. If you have 5 acres, you can shoot a long gun. There's different things like that. So that would be one thing. The other thing I would look for is, I think it's your GIS for the property will tell you if there's any wetlands restrictions. And there can be some goofy things. You can walk the whole property and see no wetlands. That doesn't mean there's not wetlands that they consider. So our property, there's resource protected and resource managed. Resource protected is the super stiff, like everything is like very hands-off, hard to do anything. Resource managed is a little easier. You can do certain things. Well, we have like just this wedge of like a half acre in our property of wetlands managed. It makes no sense. There's no water there. There's not a stream. There's not a spring. There's no runoff. It's just, so if I were to do anything in that area, I would have to be more careful. So Peaceful Acres says you can shoot a cannon. Woo! Eyelash fringe skinny scarf says integrity. So yes, it's find out those things because those will be your hardest things. That's a good point. Integrity says see if it's been used for pasture or crop, see what's been sprayed in the past, and also make sure they aren't in a crop management program. And the mineral rights, yes, make sure there's not a coal mine under your house. That's about it, I would think. Everything else is make sure there's no cemeteries or ancient burial lands or things like that. And find out what the surrounding area does. So is it, water rights. Good point, Betty. Make sure your neighbors are kosher with your lifestyle. So there are some people that live in the country that, believe it or not, want nothing to do with producing food. They want peace and quiet and just space around them, which is more power to those types of people that want to do that type of thing. I'm not fussing at them. I'm just letting you know that there are people that will call on you in the middle of nowhere because there didn't used to be noise there and now there's noise. Or you know, are fertilizing your property or your pig stinks or whatever. So just be careful with that kind of thing. If you're surrounded by farms, awesome. Knock yourself out. Those are some of the great people. The downside about being surrounded by farms is if they're spraying, there's going to be overspray. So we're pretty well separate. We got a guy next door, but the way the wind blows, we're like upwind, so we are mostly good for whatever he sprays. The downside is if I get bees, the bees have a 3-mile radius, and if they get into insecticide-laden fields, they're going to kill the hive. So it makes that hard, but I'm still going to try it. I'm going to be positive about it. Hey. I do have a dad joke for you. I just learned this week. It's one of my favorites. A pie costs about $2.50 in Jamaica. In the Bahamas, it's about $3. So in case you are wondering, those are the pie rates of the Caribbean. Wendy, hey, how are you? You're late. I'm just about done. Sean says cemetery is free soil nutrition. There's not much of anything else going on in that area. It's like a 30 minutes to a normal city. Yeah, Sean, it sounds good. It sounds real good. You can do a lot on 8/10 of an acre, 4/5, 2.25. No, that's not a thing. Oh, Wendy says we were cooking hot dogs over the fire. Yum. I think I have a grilled cheese sitting in the house waiting on me. I like grilled cheese, especially with homegrown bacon. Oh, so good. So good. So. Well, I'm glad you had hot dogs, but you just made me hungry, so I think I'm going to have to go this evening. I do appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We will be back next Sunday at some time around this time and probably near this same location. I don't know. I won't be running through the house with the phone trying to get caught up. I'm sorry. I really thought I set it for 6:30. I was a mess. So I'm off to deep mulch a garden, pick bugs, and weed while it is a lovely evening. I will be filming the garden tour tomorrow. We'll take you through there. Mrs. Flannel has agreed to be in the video because that's good. She knows what everything is that's planted. So don't let things get you down. Okay? There's a lot of stuff in the world going on. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's talk of gas skyrocketing and things. Our institutions are no longer trustworthy. And it feels like our country's been hijacked by a minority group of extremists. Our corporations seem to have been hijacked. Lots of uncertainty, wars and rumors of wars. I have friends in the military who are going to get evicted out of the military and kicked out, and now all of a sudden they're just not talking about it, and they're also not releasing them. There's a lot of things going on that could give us cause for worry. But I think what could be happening is the idols that we have placed faith in are getting taken down. So as you guys know, I'm a Christian, and I firmly believe that God is in control. And what God has made crooked, we can't make straight. And what God makes straight, we can't make crooked. We are in a crooked time. So pray for our leaders, pray for our nation, pray for the unborn, pray for salvation, pray for God's will to be done, and pray for the ability to endure all types of hardships. We know where our food comes from, we know who provides it to us, we know where our abilities come from, and we know where our salvation lies. So we can get all bent out of shape over the news, but instead of being anxious about it, let's be prayerful about it. My land and acreage and pigs in the field and freezers and stuff is no guarantee that I will have food tomorrow. And living in an apartment, going to the grocery store with nothing is no guarantee that you won't eat tomorrow either. So we do our best to live according to biblical principles. We try and provide for ourselves, and then we provide for our neighbors, and then we provide for our nation, and then we provide for the world. So be careful, be prayerful, but keep your chin up. We're going to get through this. If you're anywhere near my age, we've seen, I was a kid when the 80s crash happened in 89. We had the dot-com crash. We had the 01 recession. We had the 08 recession. We've had the COVID bump and crash, and now we're going through this one. We've been through this game before. We've been through this rodeo before. This too shall pass in one way or another. So, God bless you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being an encouragement to me and my family. Grow as you grow, and we'll talk next week. Bye. I'll actually remember to stop live streaming too instead of just staring at it when it says, "Do you want to stop?" Yeah. Yes. Thank you.